Hi, I'm Kathryn Yarborough, and this is the Waking Up with Kathryn show. And at the end of the show last week, I said that this week I would focus on working with a habit that I have, because habits are things that we repeat over and over and over again that keep us out of the present moment. So, given that the purpose of the show is to talk about and share with folks how I am waking up, that means coming back more and more to the present moment, I thought last week, well, this would be a really good thing for me to share with folks about. So the habit that I want to look at is a pattern, a whole behavioral pattern. We can look at behavioral habits like like drinking or eating chocolate or watching too much TV or something like that. Or we can look at habits of thinking, or ways in which we keep going back to the same sort of thoughts, or habits of feelings that we keep going back to, or relationship pattern habits. So there's lots of different ways to look at habits, and all habits keep us out of the present moment. And it's my intention to fully wake up. So I want to be in the present moment. So last week I became very aware of my habit of focusing on work rather than on self-care. And so even as I say that right now, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm going to be talking about this on, and sharing with people. So what I thought would be useful in sharing how I work with this sort of thing is to start with attention. Because the first thing, well, at least this is what's showing up for me, is the first thing to do with this. If I want to look at this habit of focusing on work instead of exercise or other kinds of self-care, then I need to shine some light on it, give it some attention. So that's what I'm going to do. What typically I do is I kind of have this nagging thought in my head like, oh gosh, I really should go for a walk, or oh, I really should exercise. Oh, I'm not going to, I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to focus on work. So that's, what happens for me. Or, oh, I worked all day, now I'm tired, I'm going to watch TV for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed, and then I don't exercise on some days. And I really have an intention, this is an intention, to do some kind of exercise 5 days a week. It's what my body needs. We all need to move on a regular basis. I think I choose to focus on work out of fear. I think I do it out of fear around money. So it's kind of coming from a place of lack. And there's something too about it's easier for me if I'm focusing on work, some reason that feels safer to me. If I regularly exercise now, I have a couple of thoughts about regularly exercising. One is that it will get boring, and just so you know, I used to exercise, and I took dance classes, I took aerobics classes, I walked, I took step classes. I mean, I was probably relatively fit. Didn't even realize it. And then the last 5 to maybe 10 years. Yeah, almost 10 years. Part of the shift has to do with choosing to be more conscious, because I was feeling when I was exercising that I wasn't very present. I was feeling when I was exercising that I wasn't very present, and I wasn't really awake and aware in my body. And I remember being on the treadmill at the gym with a book and kind of going at one point, this is nuts. I don't want to be walking on a treadmill and reading a book and not really being here with what I'm experiencing. And so pretty soon after that, I think I quit the gym. So part of what wants to happen is that I want to be conscious and present, but I think I'm afraid of that. I think I'm afraid that I think I'm really afraid of this, that in doing the kind of movement that I do now with the level of awareness that I have, my sense is that if I really practiced regularly, if I really move my body consistently 5 times a week, which is my intention for 30 minutes or more a day, I think I'd really wake up in a way that I keep holding myself back from. So I feel kind of scared. Here, part of the challenge with changing habits is we'll, come up with these great ideas of things that we want to do. We'll go to start them, and we won't realize the magnitude of the habit, the thoughts that go with it, and the feelings that go with it. And like me in this particular situation, this is much more for me than just being physically fit. This is about fully waking up in this body.